Got it. All right. Welcome back.
Oh, what's up, dude?
Is it good to be home?
It was great.
Does it?
Feels so good.
You miss it?
Yeah. We came home a day early.
I thought the game plan was Friday.
We came back yesterday. Last night.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll explain.
Oh, explain now.
Yeah. What ended up happening was we didn't want to wake up at like 4 a.m. to catch a flight. And so I looked it up. It was like $50 to change the flight over for Thursday. And it was, instead of it being a 6-hour trip, it ended up being 3.5 or something
Way
like that.
better.
So I was like, I'd rather do it the day early. Like, what am I really losing out on except for, sleep
Yeah.
and time? I'll sleep
You're
in
on
my own
vacation.
bed. I'll sleep in
Yeah.
my own bed tonight. That's basically what it went down to.
That's fine.
But vacation was fun.
That's good. That's good. That's all, guys. All right, y'all. Welcome back. Episode 122 of the Options Select podcast. I hope you guys are having a great time. I appreciate y'all being here. So how was your week, dude? What'd you do?
Week was pretty good, man. I was just on vacation. So, like I was just talking about, me and Alice flew out to New Mexico on Saturday, September 11th. And it was her first flight, first ever airplane ride. So she was a little wigged out about it for two reasons. One, she doesn't like not being in control, which, she's not a pilot. And also, she's deathly afraid of heights. So did not...
Give her an aisle seat.
Yeah, no, she wanted the window seat. First roll, bro. First roll, she wanted the window seat. So we got on the plane. She was a little nervous. And then we get in the air and she's like, "Oh, that's it." And I'm
That's
like,
it, yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, that's it." And
That's
so,
all, wow.
and then the second flight, because we had to get a connecting flight from Dallas. Second flight, bro, she was passed out. She's like, "I'm gonna take a nap."
Just like some ambience.
She's like, "What the hell? Like, how are you such a pro already?" But the flight out there went smooth. We had a little turbulence coming into New Mexico because of the high winds that they got through the mountains in the valley and stuff like that. And then we ended up spending all of our time in New Mexico mainly. We saw a lot of we saw like all the museums that they had, a lot of their food and the Native American culture and a lot of trails and mountains and
Got green chili.
A lot of green chili, dude. Fucking everything had green or red chili on it.
Had green chili.
Bro, it was their green chili had the red chili on it. And they call it Christmas.
Oh,
That's
I
what
like
they call
that.
it. You want some Christmas?
I like that. The red and green.
What does that mean? You want the red and the green on it? Sure. But bro, let me tell you something. If you're not used to it, it's like going to Mexico, like not like New Mexico, but going to regular Mexico and drinking the tap water, bro. It'll mess them guts up, bro. So the first couple days, I was like, "Oh, this fucking green and red chili is jacking me up, son." It was messing me up. So we saw the zoo that they had there the first day. It was absolutely gorgeous. I know what y'all went through out here, man, but like out there, it was 90 and clear skies, not a single fucking cloud except
humidity.
No humidity at all. You're not getting out of the shower sweating ass.
Just to get to another shower.
Bro, it was phenomenal. I had an absolute phenomenal time out there. Good. And one of my favorite things that we did was we took the Sandia tramway up to the peak, which is it's about a 12-minute tram ride, which I recorded and posted on Facebook, so you can check it out. But I had time-lapsed it. But you're basically, 11,000 feet in the air, dangling on this cart, gondola, whatever, as it takes you up. And then
say gondola.
But yeah, so we took the tramway up to the top of this mountain. Then we took a 2-mile round trip hike from that spot to another, like down that, because they have a bunch of hiking trails and they're all like listed out and everything like that. And we went to this little.
Would you hiking with your regular shoes?
Just an Ultra Boost, yeah.
They're pretty good.
Yeah,
Handled the terrain.
I mean, it wasn't like we were going like climbing the fucking mountain. The trails are there. You know what I mean? It wasn't like we were doing anything crazy.
Yeah, they're like paved and everything. Yeah, it's not fucking Death Stranding.
It wasn't paved. It wasn't paved. It was more Death Stranding style.
Well worn.
Yeah, but it was like the rocks were well worn. So if you didn't have good grip, you were sliding on the rocks a lot. Yeah. So I just I was wearing 4Ds that day, but we went all the way up to this. Basically, you're like walking the cliff all the way around the mountain's edge or whatever. And then there's this little house that they built in like the 60s or something like that. That's just like full stone, like made out of stone. And it overlooks
like a stone cabin.
Yeah, for the I guess to like look out for poachers and shit at the time, like back in the day. and like basically just look out over all of Albuquerque, like right there in front of you.
And
Like,
that's where y'all were vacationing at was at Albuquerque.
yeah,
right?
we were in Albuquerque.
And then y'all went to like visiting little surrounding areas around it.
Just around Albuquerque itself, yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of Lyfts, a lot of Ubers, things like that. But the food was phenomenal. The people there are really friendly. The one gripe that I have about it is everything closes at like 8 o'clock. It shuts down, dude. There's no restaurant that opens to like
Really?
11, 12
Is it because
o'clock.
of the COVID or something or what?
Part of that maybe, but like also I think that's just the way they
That's
do
just
it
the
over
way
there.
they do it over there.
Yeah, dude, it's like fucking everything shuts down at 8 o'clock. Like, why? So like we had to like we're like the first
Wait, Monday through Thursday while you were there, even Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday, Sunday, things
little
were
bit later?
closing at 10 or 11, I think is what the
Living on the
latest.
wild side. I like that.
Yeah, so like they're not staying up too late. One of the other major
Responsible.
trips was we walked into like a Walgreens or a CVS, and as soon as you walk in, it looks just like a Walgreens and a CVS. But then you look to the left, and they have a separate room that's just wall to wall alcohol, like anything that you could want. And I was like, oh man, that'd be so dope if we could get that here, but here in Texas. But I don't know. They like to live on the wild side with their alcohol over
They
there.
sell booze at CVS and
No. They sell
Walgreens?
like beer. I'm talking fucking
Like
liquor, bro.
some Alizé.
They sell all that shit there. So that was kind of cool. The breweries are really cool out there, man. One of the main reasons is like I know that that we like the seltzers or the ciders and stuff like that and the beer and all that stuff. But the breweries out there, what they can do is they can actually brew anything that they want. So that includes vodka, whiskey,
Really?
seltzer, cider, beer, all that stuff that like here you need separate permits and shit for. So usually whenever a brewery does something, if it's a smaller one, they usually stick to one thing or the other, right? But out there, man, they were just making everything, and the ciders out there were like 7% alcohol by the 12 ounce or whatever, 7% ABV, and they all tasted absolutely delicious. I drank more cider out there than I drank beer, and I enjoyed their beers, but damn, the ciders were just
Really?
top tier, bro. So good. And of course, the green chili, red chili was on everything. But we went to the state fair out there, which was happening around the same time. We had to show our vaccination record to get in.
It was outdoors?
Yeah, it's outdoors, but they still wanted everybody who showed up to be vaccinated.
Did you have to wear a mask?
Not outside, no.
Okay.
Inside, yes. Outside, no.
Like in the tent stuff?
Yeah, like if you were gonna go into somebody's shop or something,
Yeah.
wear your mask. That's about it. But they were more cognizant of their mask usage than we are here in Texas, which is fine. I've got no problem with it. Just put it on and walk in. And
Yeah.
It's all good. So we had an absolute blast out there. We flew in last night, like I said, because it was cheaper and faster. Or not cheaper, but $50 more, but way more faster on the time, and not having to wake up at 4 a.m. and have to find a taxi or a Lyft for a city that shuts down at 8 p.m. I doubted anybody was going to be out and about like taking people to airports or whatever. So we got to do all the good stuff, man. It was fun and relaxing, and definitely much needed after 2 years of not leaving this.
Did work call you?
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, they sure did. So work apparently shut down Tuesday.
Of course.
They shut down
Of
Tuesday
course,
for
yeah.
no reason. So not because it wasn't bad Tuesday, it was bad Monday, right?
No, Monday was no.
Oh.
Monday it was Tuesday morning when
Tuesday
it was bad,
morning.
Yeah.
Well, they shut down for that, but then they decided like halfway through the day that maybe they shouldn't have shut down because it hit more on on the south side of town than like anything else. So my person running my route has to run tomorrow as my Friday, and I'm still gonna be sitting here on my ass on vacation.
Good, just on vacation.
No,
Okay.
I'm not doing shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, they called me. A few issues popped up, not to come into work, but like just as like issues arose and stuff like that. So that's what I did all week. As soon as I got home, I popped on some Deathloop. I did a little bit of Destiny here and there. Today we went to go see Shang-Chi.
How was it?
Great.
Yeah?
Me, Steven, and Alice all went out there, and it was we were like the only three in the theater. It was great. The movie was fun. Lots of action. No, not so much pandering or whatever it is that people are calling it, but just an overall like an enjoyable experience of a movie. I enjoyed it
Like
very
an action
much.
flick?
Yeah, very much so. It's a Marvel movie for sure. So
Like more like a kung fu style.
a lot of
Like-
that. A lot of
Like they use like actual arts, martial arts, or they just kind of like This looks like something we just incorporate all together.
No, it wasn't like actual martial arts, but they did have a lot of like the
they fantasized it for sure.
The Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon type stuff, because I think one of the main actress that was in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was also in Shang-Chi, and they kind of tied up some loose ends from like Iron Man 3. No spoilers, but whenever you get a chance.
or Mandarin.
Something like that, yeah. But definitely recommend that one as a watch. It's pretty good, man. Pretty good flick. I've also watched the first 3 episodes of what was it? We Come from the Shadows, or
From the Shadows.
From the Shadows or some shit like that.
It's funny as shit.
Great show.
God, I wanna watch it.
Love it. And then
I wanna watch it.
We've been watching Ted Lasso as well. We gotta catch up on a new Ted Lasso episode that came out today. But other than that, tomorrow my plans are to cut the grass because I haven't cut it in 2 weeks. And then probably go pick up some meat to barbecue as like the last little day for Alice's vacation because she has to go back to work on Sunday. So we did, we unpacked and everything, did laundry and basically just gonna barbecue, cut the grass, and just probably wash the cars and call it a day, man.
How's Deathloop?
Deathloop so far has been pretty good.
Your first impressions?
First impressions are a little rocky because I don't know what the hell's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a solid like first person view experience, like a first person perspective.
Are you getting any like Dishonored vibes from it?
Very much so.
Okay.
But also a lot of roguelike vibes, and also a lot of like I don't know, like the time loop thing is it fucks with you a little bit whenever you first like try to pay attention to something like that.
Are the stages procedurally generated every time you come back, or the same stages?
No,
you can tell.
I think they're the same stages, but you can't do certain things in certain areas until you get certain abilities to come back and do that. So like apparently Steven had explained it to me a little bit better. He goes, you're going to see stuff shimmering on the ground that you can't interact with. He goes, it drove me nuts. Like you'll get a power later, because I bought it while I was on vacation because of the discounts and all that stuff that were happening for the pre-orders. And I told him, I said, hey man, just go ahead and install it. He was here. He installed it. He checked it out. He was like, at first he was like, I don't like it. And then I got to talking with him as we had dinner and stuff last night, and had the movie today. And he goes, yeah, well, I just didn't understand. I was like, he goes, I'm the type of person that has to look something up if I get frustrated, or like if I get lost somewhere, or if like a code somewhere and I have to unlock it later, like Resident Evil or some shit like that. He was like, I'll just look it up. Well, the difference between Resident Evil and this game is the number that like say a safe is tied to or whatever is actually tied to your actual account. So it's different for everybody, no matter what. Like you cannot do that kind of thing where like you could just steal codes off of somebody else.
Yeah.
I haven't got to the multiplayer aspect of it yet. I just started it maybe like 30 minutes before you showed up.
Have multiplayer?
Yeah.
Like team deathmatch, like the standard stuff?
Nope.
No.
So what this one is there's another person hunting you while you're in the world. Ooh. And it could be a AI, an AI combatant, or you can open it up to multiplayer and anybody can hop in there. And you get to select your own loadout before you go into the mission, or not just the mission, but the area of the world that you're going into to look up for more clues and stuff like that on how to break the loop. So if you have it set to just like single player, it'll just be an AI controlled enemy who has their own specific powers that will come after you with their own loadout. But if you have it open to like anybody, I mean, you might get swept up. You know what I mean? You might get wrecked because they have everything and everything.
What's if you wreck them though? You get a bonus or something?
Yeah, you get them out of the map. It's over for them. They have to go start it over.
I thought like if you kill them, you get like maybe like an experience bonus or some loot or something.
I don't think there's any kind of like levels like that, but you might get some kind of bonus. I haven't gotten that far into it, so
that was interesting.
But it isn't actually like team deathmatch. So as soon as you load into the game, there's 2 options: is you play as Cole or you play as the girl. I forget her. I haven't learned her name yet. Yeah. So, and then I haven't unlocked the ability to play as the girl yet. So I've just been playing as the guy for right now, and I have it set on single player because I just don't know what the hell's going on. So I'm looking forward to diving in a little bit more into that. It's getting pretty good reviews everywhere that I've looked for it. So,
because I remember they talked about how there's another character hunting you down, but I thought that was just gonna be like strictly AI. I don't know. That could be another. That's
another person.
Actual person that they have the option to. Like, that's okay. That adds more elements.
So if you think like Dark Souls, where somebody can invade your realm, that's basically what's going on. But they have the same type of powers and stuff like that you do, and then your whole thing is to break the loop, but you have to kill key people to get the powers that they wield, to get their powers, and then that way you can continue on further in your quest to break the loop or whatever. But you only get one day. That's it. Like you only get one day, and once you hit that one day, everything resets. So like there's only like certain times a day where you can get somebody unawares or when they're, completely locked down or whatever like that. So you actually have to play off of time of day, where you're at, what area you're in, things like that. So
does it come more like you have to like start knowing exactly where to go, start speeding to some areas, just like, because you know how like when you first, I don't know about you, but some players when they start a game, like they go very slow just so they can learn some patterns. But after a while, like, okay, I already know how they're gonna patrol, and just zip right by them, so you could go to where you have to, so you could. I think get past that daytime, that 1 hour or 24-hour clock, whatever.
I think that the enemy AI is a little bit more random than like having a specific like Metal Gear Solid, where their pathways are and stuff like that. But I haven't gone back to an area yet to figure that out. But like, yeah, it gets a little tricky because like if you can go in guns blazing, you can go in stealth, you can go in with some trickery and stuff like that. And there's multiple different ways to play it, and then like you get to select your loadout, like I said. So anything, if I kill a sniper on a roof, I can pick up his gun and I can take it with me to the exit. That becomes part of my loadout for like anything else that I want to do later on. And there's also different quality of weapons that you can get. So there's regular gray, blue, purple, gold, all that stuff that keeps on going on and on.
So about the 24-hour, you have a day to break the loop, or before the time's
the day
up.
Resets every day.
So how long is the day equivalent to game time?
I haven't gotten that far. I have no idea.
Okay, I wonder if it's like an actual 24 hours in playtime before it resets, or a minute here is an hour there, or I don't know what.
Hopefully next week, whenever we do the podcast back at your place, I'll have a little bit more information for you. Like I said, I had an hour with it so far, but so far my first impressions are good based off of gameplay and story, and the voice acting is really well done. But as far as like getting into like the actual gameplay mechanics of it, I've only like scratched the surface of it. And I think there's a lot more depth and things like that are going to come later. So
what about you said you have loadouts? What does that consist of? Like primary, secondary, some
consumables,
or what?
3 weapons, consumable, grenade, or throwing knife or whatever. And then you get then you can put different perks on those weapons. So as you tier up in your weapon, like I just got my first blue weapon. That one has 2 perk slots for it instead of 1. And it could be like reduced recoil, or the gun doesn't jam, or reload speed, or whatever.
Extended mags, whatever, random.
Yeah, and then you have to pick these things up in the world. So if you see them, if you go out of your way to go get them, you can go pick them up or whatever. But if it's like guarded by a bunch of enemies that you don't want to fuck with, then you're gonna have to come back later and grab that material. But if you're in a mission and you picked up a bunch of stuff and you die, you lose all of that.
Oh,
so that's where the risk reward comes in. You go grab it and you get out, or you skip it and then stick with what you got, that type of thing. But then you're always going to be on that lower tier of weapons and stuff. And then there's also things like there's one in Returnal. I don't remember. Yeah, like you in Hades, you get like the power up that lets you live multiple times.
Yeah,
that one does exist here. It's one of the first ones you get.
It gives you more stocks and shit. Yeah,
it gives you like 2 stocks. You have the ability to die 3 times, but once it's burned out, it's over. You can't use it again until you pick up another one.
Really?
And it actually doesn't restart you from the level or anything. You immediately get revived at like so a percentage of your health or whatever. But you're invisible for like 5 seconds. You got to run and get to cover and then like start over again. It isn't like, everything resets and goes back to normal. No, it's like you're still in the shit. Get in and get out, that type of thing. So I'm looking forward to giving it some more time this week. I've already hit pinnacles on all my Destiny 2 stuff. There was a new exotic that they released this week. It was a trace rifle, which is just basically like a laser beam that shoots out, and it did stasis damage. It's the first stasis trace rifle that they released. It took me about an hour to grind it out, and I got that today and knocked out some pinnacles and stuff like that. So basically, the rest of the weekend, if I'm going to be gaming, I'm going to be trying some Deathloop this week.
Any technical issues on Deathloop?
I did notice some stuttering in like my first gunfight, and I'm not sure why it was happening because I have it set on performance mode and not fidelity and all, quality and all that shit. So I'm not sure if it was just like that one specific area. But it only happened in my first gunfight. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I shot, and, like, the game kind of stuttered there
like,
for
was
a
there
second.
Like, a lot of things going on at the same time or something? Like, a lot
I
of
just made,
graphics?
like, one shot. I made one shot, and there's, like, nothing crazy happening. I was like, oh, that was a little weird. But I did know that the PC version was stuttering. And I'm on PS5. It shouldn't have any issues. But the game looks good. I don't know where.
Wait, how do you know the PC version was stuttering?
There's a bunch of reports on it on like Reddit and and it's even on the Steam reviews. Like if you go into there, it's like, oh, my game's stuttering, that type of shit.
Well, day one stuff.
Yeah, it's day one shit. Nothing that they can't handle. But even Deathloop, Bethesda itself had posted up like, we're looking into the PC stuttering issue. It's like our main priority right now. We got to figure it out. And I mean, I don't own it on PC, so I don't know when the patches come through. But so far so good, man. And everybody else that I've talked to that has played it, it's been 3 or 4 other people. Like I said, Steven started off a little rocky, but Steven's not into that type of game, which is fine. But the other people that I have talked to that have played it have loved it, and they're just like, man, I could spend like an hour in a mission and have a good time or whatever, and then like somebody will try to invade, and then I'll just be hunting them down.
That sounds like fun. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, man. Other than that, I've got nothing for this week, man. It's all vacation time. That's all it was. That's all it was, man. How about you? How was your week?
So today, I was making a delivery, and I hear the like nails on concrete. And a low growl, so I instinctively just rolled back with my dad board and just swung, bam, hit this pit bull right on the nose, smacked that motherfucker. I'm like I didn't even think, I just went, bah, know that motherfucker, threw the package like on their fucking doorstep. I got back in my truck. I was like, son of a bitch, dude. Yeah, big ass pit bull. And it's like, it got me thinking, how like people are like, pit bulls get a bad rep, but it's like, yeah, they do get a bad rep, but let's face the facts. Like,
I wasn't taking no chances.
I mean, yeah, I'm not taking any chances, but I mean, if some people are gonna get dogs, it's probably gonna be a pit bull to make them vicious and shit like that. So it's just like, and then there's another thing too. Then like 5 stops later, pit bull came up to me, but it was just wagging its tail, all happy and shit, climbing inside my truck. I'm like, huh, funny. It's just, I mean, it's just literally how you train them. But
right,
I didn't get a bad rep, but yeah, that first motherfucker dude was coming right at me.
Right at you. Golly, dude.
Smacked that. I mean, I felt the impact too. Just the it popped them.
Oh boy,
man! I'm telling you, dude. People don't fucking.
Nah, man. That's...
Imagine that was a kid.
Yeah.
Imagine that was a kid out there.
Bro,
terrible, dude.
I don't have any dogs on my ground. I do have 2. It's like a house. It's like a house diners type thing. I don't know. They have like 2 giant German shepherds, and every time I train somebody, I'm like, "You scared of dogs?" Just to fuck with them, and they're like, "A little bit, yeah." I was like, "Well, you might want to stay in the truck." Just so I can go in there and bullshit with my customer, because the dogs are lovey-dovey, bro. They're so friendly. Yeah. But yeah, man, I always like, hey, man, you scared of dogs? You scared of dogs?
Yeah. I mean, you got to be able to, like, you're a dog person, so you know how to read them. If they have their hackles up, they have their tail stiff and burying their fangs. Okay, but bad sign. But if they're wagging their tail and just jumping around, like, okay.
But you heard nails on concrete. And it was running
I heard
it
charging. Yeah, like no, smack that motherfucker.
Chingazo.
Yeah. Monday, wet. Tuesday, the freaking storm. Nicholas, thank you, Nick. Appreciate you, piece of shit, putting a hole in my roof.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
Oh, so it's like the size of a palm though. But the thing is like, fortunately, there were like other trees and brush that were able to, like, I guess, soften the impact. We had like a smaller tree that's along the fence line that just like really just got bent out of shape, and I guess help reduce the damage, because it could have been a lot worse. So I mean, the fact that throughout the whole storm, all we had was a fist-sized hole through the roof.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. And tomorrow, Dad's coming over, and me, Dad, and Mikhail, we're gonna go up there and measure it and look around and get some materials and just patch it up. So
did y'all patch it up already?
Mikhail did like a temporary patch. With some sealing tape and some like spray silicone sealing, adhesive sealant. So I mean, just something temporary. But tomorrow, Dad's gonna come over. We're gonna look, measure, get some felt, get some shingles, get the roofer nails, and just, And I was talking to one of my customers. He's like, "Hey, Rick, make sure you like photograph every detail, just in case insurance needs to like check and make sure that the job was done right." So I was like, good idea. So yes, that's something to look forward to tomorrow. I finished God of War last Sunday.
Oh, good.
Finally finished it, and I left off where I don't even remember this part, but it was called, I think it was like Tyr. Tyr. It was like a whole bunch. It's just a room with a whole bunch of fucking puzzles, and like, to me, I just got frustrated. Like, I want when it comes to the action, the gameplay on God of War 2018, phenomenal. I enjoyed it. I mean, when Kratos swings the Leviathan axe, when he's throwing his dual, I don't know what these daggers are called. I forgot what the proper name is. But he's swinging those, the blades of chaos. He's swinging those around, or he's just pummeling, and then he goes into his rage mode. Or then when Atreus is going out there and flinging arrows, like the combat, phenomenal. I loved it. The action part is phenomenal. Then it goes like, here's a puzzle. I'm like, dude, like I'm having this awesome just action sequence, and then the game just full stops. Solve a puzzle. Like, I don't want to solve a fucking puzzle. Right. And it's not like I'm not dumb. I can solve puzzles. But the thing is, like, you're literally just you're taking away all the fun stuff and just stopping. Like, oh, okay. So I finally got past that part, and I started playing the game and actually finished it. And like I said, the action sequence, the interactions between Atreus and Kratos, phenomenal. I loved it. I think it's great. And I finished it. I was like, great. I can't wait. Like when's the next one coming out?
Next year.
When that one comes out, like I'm looking forward to it. And that's what I've been doing lately. I queued up Toulouse, Horizon Zero, God of War, and I'm gonna get Spider-Man. And I want to beat all those Sony first party games. That way, I could be like, okay, I did them. If I'm talking shit about them, I have a legit reason. I can't, because I always feel bad. Like if I have something bad to say about a game, it's like, well, did you finish all of it? So like, what's my point? You know what I'm about?
It's different if it was like, if it was like just a game you didn't enjoy. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I played, 5-6 hours of it, whatever it is, right? And I just didn't like the game. Like if you would come to me and say like, I just didn't like God of War because of this reason.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But if you're gonna shit talk a game that you never played, and I'm just kind of like, well,
yeah,
you didn't play it though, right?
But the thing is, yeah, I mean, that's true. You could play them for 6 hours, but I mean, I really feel like you have to get a real in-depth and get, situated with the game and get the mechanics down and really develop with these characters and really gel with it.
Right.
So sometimes maybe 6 hours isn't enough. Well, I don't know. It varies per person.
I'm not talking about just like you in general. I'm just talking about anybody who plays like whatever. Like if they're like an X-Boy fan, Xbox fan or whatever, and they've never played I don't know, Ratchet and Clank or whatever. They're like, oh, Ratchet and Clank sucks. Have you ever
sat down and played it? Yeah.
Have you sat down and played it?
Oh, for sure.
No,
yeah.
No. Then you keep your mouth shut.
Talk. Yeah, you can't talk. Yeah, for sure. You can't talk. But yeah, I take it beyond that. Sometimes I take it beyond like, did you actually sit down with the game, give it its proper shake? You know. So I felt like, okay, God of War. I didn't do all the side content and stuff. I just did basically the main campaign, and I finished it, and I enjoyed it. I liked it. Yeah. The synergy between Atreus and Kratos just phenomenal. I love it. Yeah. Good job. So now I started playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
So I'm playing that one, and Aloy just feels so boring to me. I like after the interactions that I had with Kratos and Atreus, because I mean, while they're going through their whole adventure, I mean, not only is it a father-son thing, but they talk to each other and have little quips and jab at each other, or he's teaching his son about lessons of how to be a proper god and stuff like that, and Atreus is just learning and absorbing. And of course, they're interacting with the whole, the puzzles and the runes and everything. But when I play with Aloy, it's like, oh, this might be useful later.
Right.
And like, again, I mean, I'm still barely like in the beginning area. I'm in the white orchids of the area. So, I mean, maybe it changes later on. But I just feel like, okay, go in here, clear out this bandit camp.
Yep.
All right. Now what? Here's a dialogue wheel. Exhaust all those.
Right.
Go somewhere else. Okay.
Yeah.
Now go collect this ridgewood. Collect this herb. Like every time you work, like I see something, I'm like, oh, I gotta collect it. Collect it. I I don't know. Maybe fresh off of God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn is just like, okay. Like I'm gonna keep playing it.
Right.
Maybe if he wants to get to the next section, but for sure, the combat on that game is great. Yeah. I do like shooting down the trip wires.
Yeah, those are fun.
And then dodging out of the way before something hits you. Like the combat is.
Right.
Also phenomenal on that game. I like it, I really like doing melee. When you just got her freaking spear and just whapa, and then freaking armor flies off of them and shit, or you get a silent kill. I'm like, okay, that feels good. But when it comes to just like, here's Aloy. She looks like a basketball dude.
One thing that got me about Horizon, which I did adore the game. The game was phenomenal because the combat is really good, and it's definitely more range focus. But one thing that breaks that game, which breaks up a lot of games that are like this, whenever you have the ability to do stealth or the ability to do like just full on combat or whatever, you can break the game pretty easily. Like, it makes it so easy to play through with stealth. Like, Ghost of Tsushima is way too easy with stealth. Assassin's Creed is way too easy with stealth. Horizon Zero Dawn for me was way too easy because like you can just stealth up to something, hack it, not even silent kill, hack it, it fucking murders everything, and then you go over there and you stab it when it's still your friend. Like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Like, I'll get a high grass, like,
yeah, it comes over. What do you do? Hack.
Next one.
Yeah.
Hey, what's my friend doing on the floor there? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. Stab. Yeah. So things like that, like I miss the badass like tactical espionage of Metal Gear because those were a little bit more tricky to get around. Like they came after you. That once they knew where you were hiding, that was it. You know.
Yeah.
And you know, like Skyrim or whatever. If you go through Skyrim stealth, dude, the game gets like so boring. You're just basically picking off enemies as you walk through a dungeon. Like go in there, sword and board, start swinging. But yeah, that's one thing that I noticed that open world games they can't do very well. And that they do it well, but they just don't do it as well as like their combat. Like Ghost of Tsushima is a good example, and Horizon Zero Dawn is definitely a good example. If you go through that game all stealth, dude, you're gonna breeze through it, but you know it's just gonna be boring.
Yeah, for sure. Fighting the dinos and the wildlife in that game, I do enjoy that, especially when you're fighting a bellowback and then another one aggroes, and now you're fighting two of them, and you have to like dodge around it. Like that aspect of the combat is really fun. I really like just barely just dodging out of the way and shoot down. I mean, that part I do enjoy. But when it comes to like clear bandit camp, I'm like, fuck. All right.
Stab.
Yeah, stab. And then it becomes like, all right, talk to this person. Exhaust your dialogue wheel. What's next? I'm like,
I think the story of that game was very, very well
I think
done.
the story's good.
Well done.
I think the story's good, like overall, like the idea of it. I mean, I seen you play, I see Mikhail play, so I already know what happens in there. So I mean, I like that aspect of the story, but right now I'm just like, yeah. And I was gonna play, and I was like, well, what can I play after God of War? I was like, well, I wanted to go. It was like Ghost of Tsushima or Horizon Zero. I was like, okay. I kind of played Ghost recently a year ago, so let me try Horizon. Mm-hmm. And after Horizon, I think I want to shift into either Talu or Spider-Man. Because to me, it's just I feel like Ghost and Aloy are more closer in gameplay compared to God of War and Talu. Right. If that makes any sense.
Well, the good thing about The Last of Us Part 1 and Spider-Man is even though Spider-Man is open world, you could just do missions and you're fine, right? Like you don't actually have to do side stuff and collectibles and all that.
I think that's my problem was when I played the first time, I did so much side content. I was zipping around Manhattan, which felt great for sure. Everybody will tell you that zipping around feels great, and it really is, hands down, it does. But I just did so many side quests. I was like, fuck the fuck out of here,
right?
The fuck out of here. I don't want to do shit. I don't want to collect nothing.
Yeah, I've been trying to get myself out of that thing too, where like I don't need to do all these things. Like I could just go through the main campaign or whatever. I don't have to do all that stuff. Yeah. But the Last of Us, what I was going to get to is Last of Us is just a linear game front to back. Yes, there's collectibles, and yes, it does benefit you to go off the beaten path because of ammo and things like that.
Upgrades and shit like that. Yeah.
Upgrades and all that stuff. So that one does benefit you to do that, but don't feel like you have to. You can still make it through the game. Unless you're playing on like the hardest difficulty,
and that's one thing I did like about God of War. I mean, there's sometimes I'm sure you probably remember where you'll see you'll see a chest that's locked and you have to hit 3 urns. Mm-hmm. Like those I did like because if you wanted to do those, they were just complete upgrades. If you wanted them, so if you want to neglect them, sure. But when it got to the point where you have to advance the story by doing these puzzles, I was just like, oh, that's when I was just like, oh, what the fuck, hurry up.
Right.
Let me guess. Throw an axe here.
Right.
Freeze that.
Spin the wheel.
Spin there. Line this all up together. Like, okay, I get it. Fine. Yeah. Just hurry up. Let's, like the story was really good. That I just wanted more of the gameplay, but not the puzzle solving. Just
I get you. Like I take off QuickTime events on every single game that I play. Like Spider-Man, QuickTime events are off because you gotta like tap the button or do it. If you gotta tap a button a bunch of times, I'm not gonna put my controller to that. I'm just gonna hold that button down.
Well, on God of War, I was like, let's see how lazy I could be with Kratos. How casual. Well, there's rocks coming down, but you're a god, so.
I turn QuickTime events off. I hate QTEs, man. This isn't Shenmue. This isn't 1996. Fuck out of here with them QTEs, bro.
Spoilers. I like fighting Baldur. I thought he was awesome. That trailer at the end. I mean, it's 2018. It's 2018 game, guys. If you haven't played it by now.
With Thor.
Thor. Yeah. So I mean, I'm glad I went back and complete that. And I was playing it 100% upfront, guys. I was playing it the PS5 upgrade. Mm-hmm. So it was just phenomenal. It just runs smooth.
Yeah, that first, I remember playing it the first time and getting to the mysterious stranger part. You know, what's his name again? Baldur.
Baldur, that dude. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're fighting him, and it felt like a fucking Dragon Ball Z fight. They're flying through the air, going at it. I was like, Jesus.
He reminds me, looking at Baldur, he reminds me of a cross between Charlie Hunnam and Ben Foster. I'm like,
that's exactly. I was gonna go with Charlie Hunnam was the guy.
That's if you modeled after somebody, probably one of those two guys.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, that's it's such a great game, and I feel, you know, like I feel for you on the puzzle thing. Sometimes it does slow down the fucking act. Like I just got done fighting an ogre, and now you're gonna make me fucking do a
puzzle. Like puzzle. Yeah, I just got off the high of just beating the shit out of the freaking troll, where you freaking hack the shit out of him, climb up on his back, nail him with your Leviathan axe, and you draw him down and you freaking split a skull.
Right.
That was legit badass.
Now get that thing to line up.
Now go through your axe and.
I get what you're coming from.
Yeah, I was like, okay. So.
Did you so you started Horizon Zero Dawn, and you're going through that, trudging through.
I'm going to go, like I said, I still want to play more Dead by Daylight. Nemesis just got some nice buffs, so I'm enjoying that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only member of the Nemesis Kill Gang, so if you guys want to join, let me know. I need a vice president and a secretary. The Nemi Kill Gang. So if you want to join, let me know.
And did you watch anything this week?
Yeah, I've been watching JRE. He was talking about it. It was the QAnon documentary on HBO Max.
Oh boy. Choice.
Bro, no cap. Everybody on there is a fucking character.
Okay.
I mean, these guys really. And I'm not shitting on anybody that believes in QAnon. If that's something that you like and you're into, by all means, have at it, dude. Everybody has their hobby and wants to get into it. But what I see, I feel like it's someone who is like literally just kind of like half trolling and half likes the attention of what they're getting, because the people who follow it along the way, because apparently what Q does on the message boards on 8chan, because 8chan is where like, it's like the fucking Wild West of the fucking internet. He'll put a clue or a message that something's gonna happen, kind of like a Nostradamus, and everybody just, oh shit, tries to link it up with everything. Well, if you look at this picture, all their thumbs up. If you link it together, it looks like a Q. And at this date, when he tweeted it out, it all matches up. So this could be a possible candidate for Q. And I'm just looking at him like, wow.
Is that what y'all think?
And to me, that's all. I mean, if that's what you think, go at it, have fun, you know. But I'm just like, wow. And then they talked about the people who made 8chan and the documentary.
I think I saw that documentary a while back.
It's like a six series part.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
How long has it been out for? Like a month or so?
I have no idea. I barely heard about it when I was listening to JRE when he had, I think, like Lex on there.
But that what you're talking about and that describing that, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of people that would always like try to like predict Half-Life 3. You know what I'm talking about? Because like Half-Life 3 never existed and hasn't existed. But like every time Gabe Newell would come out and do a press conference, it's like, oh, he said this.
They'll look at something in his desk in his office in the background. They'll see, you see this symbol?
Half-Life 3 right there.
You see this symbol with this number at the time? Yeah.
And it's the same thing they've been doing to fucking what's his name? The Xbox guy, Phil Spencer.
Yeah.
You know, like he would post a video or whatever, and then like a week later the Xbox Series S gets announced, and they were like, oh, it was in his video the whole time.
They had a video where they were talking about when Insomniac showed that little trailer for Wolverine, because it just shows Wolverine with his back showing at the bar. Well, the bar had a whole bunch of shit in the wall.
Yep.
And they talked. One of them had a license plate that said Hulk 181, and that's when like Wolverine made his first appearance.
Right.
And then at the cash register, it said 2048, which is the current universe that's everything's going. I could be wrong, guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
The current universe that's it's going on right now.
Little Easter eggs.
Like they were all over the place. I mean, someone who knows it knows what to look for. But me, I'm like, cool.
I just like the fact that the clause came out and it was Wolverine Insomniac. That's all.
That was cool. But yeah, I was watching QAnon, the documentary. I was like, I'm like 2.5 episodes. I'm like, man, it's fucking nuts. It's crazy. Even Mikhail's like, you're watching it without me. I'm like,
oh shit, she's into it too.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, everybody's okay. They're talking about Pizzagate. They're talking about who could possibly be Q, the origins. I mean, it's nuts. I mean, It's awesome. I'm having a good time with it, just watching it. What else I watch? I've been watching. I'm almost done with. Um, I'm almost done with Prison School, and I got one episode left. I'm going to wait on that one, and I've been watching Gangsta. That's a good one. I'm enjoying. And of course, exercising, swinging the kettlebell.
Nice.
5 days a week feels good.
Not me, bro. I gained 10 pounds on my vacation.
Big boy.
I'm at 155, bro. I need to lose it.
You'll be fine.
I'll be fine. I'll lose it on Tuesday.
Yeah. So I just swinging the kettlebell. Playing God of War. And freaking Horizon Zero. I forgot. I think they showed like a quick trailer of the next Horizon Forbidden West.
They showed a gameplay trailer that was like 8 minutes long or something.
Well, I saw something, and they showed like Aloy like hopping off of something and had a little parachute.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh, okay.
Nice.
Breath of the Wild.
Well, I mean, Breath of the Wild got that from Skyward Sword, so I mean, everybody got something from something. I wouldn't be surprised if they added like prone, where she can go prone now or something.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. What else? I bought this one game from Mikkel, Vampire.
Masquerade or whatever.
No, I don't think it's Masquerade.
Masquerade Tales or some shit like that.
Yeah, but there's a Masquerade series, and I think they're making a shooter game or a BR game because they had like the name of all their different clans, different fractions, or different factions. Like it was called the Neferatsus, the Brujos, and something else. But just by Mikkel looking at all the clan names, she's like, oh, that's a Masquerade game, and sure enough, it is. But that's a different game that's coming out recently. Time to Kill or Killing Night or something like that.
So what is this game that you bought over to?
This one, it takes place like in 1901, I think, in England, and the Spanish flu is going on, and you're a vampire just recently turned, and you also happen to be a doctor. So you kind of have to like
that's the one I was thinking about.
Is it Masquerades though?
I think so. I could be mistaken. I'd have to look it up. But that was the one I was thinking about. It came out not too long ago, like
2018. Like 2018. So you're like a doctor, and you kind of like have to like help out your district and take care of the people. And in the meantime, like bouncing resources and getting rid of the evil, and you have like dialogue choices. It was on sale for like $20. I was like, I think Mikkel would like this.
And I think like if you turn too many people, like people start to suspect you more or some shit like that. Yeah, I remember that.
Like resource management, some storytelling. I think Mikkel would like that.
They have a second one coming out soon, if I'm not mistaken.
They?
Yeah. I remember that. I remember wanting to play it, but I just never did. So
yeah, like I said, I saw it on sale. I saw
it
on sale, and I was like, yeah, I'll buy it for you. She's like, okay. And then I was tired of her just playing Hades.
Get her something new.
Like
she already surpassed us.
Yeah, I can only hear that intro music so long. I love that game. Yeah. Wow.
That's hilarious. What you got for this week?
See, the Nintendo Switch adds the Nintendo Switch update adds Bluetooth audio, so now you can use your AirPods.
Yeah, man, that's a very welcome addition. It also helps people that have hearing aids and stuff like that. They can actually sync up their hearing aids.
Oh shit, really?
To the actual console itself too. So it's also an accessibility feature, not including the quality of life feature that it is as well. Hopefully what they do with that, since we can add Bluetooth, headsets to it, is an in-game chat function or not having to.
I'm not gonna lie, dude, for real, 100, not touch my Switch in a couple of weeks now.
It's sitting right there in that basket. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's there. It's there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll play Final Fantasy every once in a while, but even then, I've been like reading my book, 1984. So like, I haven't played Final Fantasy lately. So, and that's the only reason I've been playing my Switch. So
yeah, I don't blame you.
Like I saw that, like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, one game I did play on Switch was Tales of Vesperia, and recently Tales of Arise just came out.
Right, sold a bunch of copies too.
Bro,
a lot of copies.
I think I saw it reach 1 million already.
1 mil.
Yeah. And Scarlet Nexus, which is like it's still from Bandai Namco, but it's like the more like action like JRPG. And I got a check from my shares, my dividends. I'm like,
what am I gonna do with these dividends?
I could treat myself.
Could you should.
I also have a hole in my roof. It's like, fuck, I gotta be the responsible thing. I'll wait till these games go on sale or something,
right?
Which they will. But I was like.
Damn it. Going back to the Switch thing, I know we haven't played with it in a while, but they did add that nice little quality of life fix and all that good stuff. I've been hearing that that model is going to be dropped in price to compete with itself, basically, because the new one comes out next month, I think. and it's gonna be like $350 if I'm not mistaken. And they're dropping this one down to $250 instead of $299.
Okay.
So there's gonna be $100 difference between Switch models.
What about Switch Lite? Well, that can be.
That one's gonna stay at $200.
That's
so,
right. That's 200 price.
So if you buy the Switch Lite, you get a $200 model, and then if you go, I think it was the old style
the OG.
Switch. The OG is gonna go to $250. That's what I had understood it to be. But I mean, I was on vacation most of the week. But
that doesn't surprise me because I mean, just think. Of course, I'm not a freaking economic major at all, but it makes sense. You don't want them to like cannibalize their sales. If you can make an incentive where you can make the OG one, cheaper and still it makes it like inviting for people to buy it.
Yeah, get them in the door.
Yeah, because if someone's like, well, one's $300, one's $350.
Why would I? Yeah, I'll just buy the $300 one or the $350. It just depends on what you're going for.
Depends on what their budget is. Yeah, but I guess just dropping another $50 could really sell it for someone to like. Okay, well,
I know that the price did drop down in EU for sure because that's where I first saw because it was at first it was a rumor and then it did drop in EU. I'm just not sure if it dropped here first or yet. So, but yeah, I'm glad that they added the Bluetooth headset feature. I probably should charge my Switch at some point and finish the games that I have on there.
Like what?
Eventually, I don't know. I still haven't even done Astral Chain, or
that one's like 2 years ago.
Or Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
I gotta finish some things in there. I gotta do some things. So, yeah, I'm glad that they finally 4 years later added Bluetooth.
Did you hear about the updates for the PlayStation 5?
Yes, I got that on here as well.
You got like a new SSD card. Oh, I think what I liked, what I gathered from it, was the fact that now when you look at your games, the tiles, it'll say PS4 or PS5 version.
Yes.
Because because I have Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
So now I could get the PlayStation 5 version or the PlayStation 5 or 4 version, whatever. Because before you have to like go to the sub menu, like which version you want. What the fuck? Just make it frictionless. They
also gave them a new icon for the store as well. So
did they?
PS5 is black with white letters and PS4 is white with black letters. So it actually just they're more distinctive as you can point them out. So like that way you're not going into the store and buying a PS4 version by accident whenever you really meant to buy a PS5 version or whatever. So
yeah.
So because for whatever reason they're doing every game on both consoles right now. So.
That'd be odd. Yeah, it's odd. You figured if they know you're purchasing it through a PlayStation 5 version. Through a PlayStation 5, storefront,
that you would want the PlayStation.
Why would they put the 4 as an? I don't know.
I have no idea, man. That's what I'm getting at. I was like, I don't know. I'm glad that they did it. They just need to streamline that store. That store needs a lot of work.
I remember during the PS4 days, just trying to go through that store, just like, what the fuck, get out of here.
Like Xbox is pretty good at it. Like you just search like right from the dashboard. Boom, and then like, I type in Metal Gear, and then like everything Metal Gear will pop up.
MET.
Yeah, Metal Gear.
I mean, I think the Sony one would do that. Like you start typing in, start searching. But like when it comes to like more like when you have to go to like more like in the weeds of stuff, like looking for pay-per-views and live events, like when UFC used to be on there, it would just become difficult. Like, okay, what the fuck is it under TV? Live events? Now which sub-genre chapter do you have to go under category? Like that was when it was a headache, which I miss. I wish they continued having like the pay-per-view through like the PlayStation, because you'd get like a discount if you had a PS Plus membership, and then like now like if you want to do UFC, like you gotta have
ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus,
and you got to pay $10 a month. For that.
I was like, come on, man.
And then. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I this wasn't a part of my notes, but I got an email the other day. It's like Hulu's raising their prices.
Not surprised.
Hulu's going up to $13 a month. No
Not
ads.
surprised.
Not surprised at all.
Because Netflix recently did that. They sent me an email maybe like 2 months ago where they're going up. I mean, everybody's
they're just shooting it up.
Because what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Were you gonna go somewhere else?
What, you gonna pay? Yeah, you're gonna pay for.
But you know what HBO's doing?
What?
They're cutting their price in half.
Are they?
Yep. HBO Max said, you know what? We want everybody to stick around. We're gonna cut our price in half. Go ahead and drop those other ones.
HBO Max. They do have some. I mean, just HBO alone, they have some just premier, stellar programs for sure. So yeah, that's why I'm watching the QAnon one, the QAnon documentary. And I was hoping that they would have a season 2 for Raised by Wolves. That's one of them that's in the series that I really enjoyed.
Is that coming out soon?
The first season's already out. That's the one where it's like a sci-fi one.
Right, I remember you telling me about that.
By Ridley Scott. That was really good. So season 2 not out yet.
Okay.
So I was hoping.
I'm sure it's gonna come out on there.
Yeah.
And then also, what was I gonna? Oh yeah, and then since we're talking about HBO, the HBO series for The Last of Us is actually going to be directed by Neil Druckmann now.
Is it?
Yeah, so he's actually going to be the director of
I thought
the
the guy
entire
from
show.
Chernobyl was. Oh, he was just like screenwriter.
He's a screenwriter. So Neil's actually going to direct it. From what I read the other day too. But yeah, they're cutting their price in half to stay competitive with everybody else, even though they have some of the better content.
They do.
I mean, you got AMC, you got all the old school movies on there, plus all the HBO's content, plus all HBO Max's
and
content.
WB stuff.
And then you got
Warner Brothers
and all that stuff. And then you got Studio Ghibli and then Crunchyroll on there as well. Like a bunch of stuff is on there.
I know that recently we talked about it that Sony, which owns Funimation purchased Crunchyroll.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they're gonna start integrating Crunchyroll into their whole PlayStation, bundle and stuff, which I would be excited for because I think I'm missing some of the JoJo Bizarre series and it's on Crunchyroll.
I got you.
So if they do that, I might get it or roll into it. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that's be the only reason why.
Right.
But yeah, I remember Sony talking about acquiring Crunchyroll. So hopefully soon I'll get more news on that because I want more anime, the better.
So just to touch back to what we originally started off this Sony talk with, you said that PlayStation 5's new update came out this week, like Tuesday or Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
And it adds the ability to put expandable storage in your PlayStation 5.
I thought they already did that.
No, you like glossed over it. We went.
Well, I went strictly into the whole just the tiles for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5,
and then so we kind of glossed over it. So I wanted to
clarify. Break it down.
You guys that have PlayStation 5s and are going to purchase an expandable storage.
All three of y'all.
For your PlayStation 5. 2 of us are in this room. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So basically, it has to be a Gen 4 PCIe M.2 SATA drive. So please do not buy a Gen 2 or 3 because it will not be compatible. It will not function. And hey guys, with the Gen 4 prices, with the Gen 4 compatibility, the prices are higher. So
of course,
don't go expecting to spend under $200 for it or under $150 for a terabyte because that's basically the price that it's at. So if you need that extra terabyte of space, it's $150 base. But that's better than what Xbox is offering right now, which is $220 for 1 terabyte for their proprietary expansion card.
Yeah.
Right. But, it just goes in, it works.
Plug and play.
For the PlayStation, you have to kind of disassemble the side panel, screw it in there.
Is that for both the digital and the disc drive one?
It's for both.
Okay.
That's correct.
Well, because I suspect for sure digital drive owners are probably looking at that. If they're not looking at it right now, by holiday there will be. Once Battlefield eventually comes out.
Battlefield comes out, and then Call of Duty Vanguard comes out.
Don't buy COD, guys.
Please don't.
No.
Take a break.
Buy whatever the fuck you want.
Take a break, though.
Buy whatever the fuck you want.
But yeah, I just wanted to. I know we had glossed over it a little bit, but I just wanted to go back to that real quick. Just say, hey, be aware of what you're purchasing.
Do your research.
Sony's got their own drive coming out by their own drive company. I forget what it's called. It's like Nex. It starts with NEX. I can't remember the full name of it, but they just announced it like Wednesday. Yeah, I guess the update came out Tuesday. They announced that their drive is coming out soon, but like why it didn't release at the same time?
Simultaneous release, yeah.
But yeah. So guys, do your research, check it out, and just be wary of what you're gonna spend. I mean, granted, you got a PlayStation 5 already, but
I saw somebody on Reddit talk about I put this new expansion into my PlayStation. It just has a red blinking light and TV won't pick up the signal. I'm like, oh shit, bro. I hope you did your research.
Hope you did your research, dude. But yeah, so just be careful, be wary, and make sure you're buying the right thing, and that way you save yourself a trip or a return to Amazon or whatever. So yeah, that's so touching on what you talked about earlier. Battlefield 2042 is delayed.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Big game like that. I mean, what's the last one that came out?
3 years ago, it was Battlefield 5.
Battlefield 5.
Yeah, Battlefield 5.
Yeah, so I mean, they waited this long to make it. If it takes time to do it right,
so
do it right.
It got pushed back 1 month to November 9th. That's an easy pushback. I mean, if you would have said like 2022, I would have been like, oh, maybe something else was going on there. Kind of like what Halo did, and was like, it's coming out. Launch of Xbox.
That was because they when did they announce it?
They announced it with the Xbox Series S.
I think that was like an October announcement. Because it was a while ago. I remember the episode. I think it was called Microsoft Xbox S. Like we covered.
Yeah.
I remember it. We talked about it. Legacy aesthetics. I remember that we talked about it. That's right.
But yeah, they announced Halo. It was going to be a launch title for the Series S and X, and then we got to push it back and then indefinitely, and then it turned into like a year and a half. So here we are, like 3 months away from release because it's not coming out until December, and who knows if it's going to get pushed back.
At certain point, it's like, when do you judge graphic fidelity and gameplay? Is it strictly because of the graphics just are not up to par with what what their peers are, or what the people want, or is it a problem with the gameplay?
I'll tell you this, man. If Halo comes out and it gives me phenomenal gameplay and it looks like Halo Combat Evolved from Xbox One, I don't give a fuck. Just give me the good gameplay that I want, and don't bloat my hard drive with 512 gigabytes of bullshit from like Call of Duty. That's the reason why I took Call of Duty off, dude. It took up an entire hard drive. So I'm out. I don't need it. You know. So I'm gonna stay away from Call of Duty just based off of that. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the gameplay and the gunplay of Call of Duty, but that thing only comes with 500 gigabytes in the Xbox to begin with. I'm not gonna put that on there. And the PlayStation 5 comes with 600 or 860, and it's not even a full terabyte, or So it's just kind of like, I don't know, man. Like I'd rather it be phenomenal gameplay with less quality graphics than amazing graphics and shit gameplay.
Just look pretty.
I'd rather it play well and look okay than look amazing and then play like shit.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll. I don't know. They can't delay that, will they?
Which one?
Infinite.
They can delay it. That's not going to be a good move because they got no first party titles right now. They got what, Medium? Okay.
I think that one had like mediocre.
Oh yeah, very bad
reviews.
And very bad performance on PC and Xbox.
For sure, PC, because it was very taxing because you're in two scenes at once. So
yeah.
I remember my boy Trip was playing it, and he's like, "Oh, hold on, guys, I gotta change some settings real quick because his stream was stuttering." I'm like, "Oh shit."
So yeah, Battlefield 2042 pushed back 1 month. No big deal, guys. it gives you more time to play Deathloop or.
There's other good games.
Diablo 2 Resurrected comes out next week. There was something else like Death Stranding comes out next week as well. 24th.
That's right.
So
I think Mikhail's gonna get it for $10 upgrade.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it too.
Why not? I'll watch her play it again. I might even play it again.
Why not?
I know, like I talk about like where like I really liked it at first and I had like mixed feelings, and then I like it again. It's like, I don't know. I still think I do like it.
I love that game so much.
Yeah, I like it. I do like it. It's not a gamer's game, but if you do like the good narrative, it's there. There's a story for sure. So yeah, I think with the new upgrades, just to see with the touch of the PlayStation 5 director's cut, I'll give it a shot. Whether I'm not playing it firsthand or just watching it backseat gaming while Mikhail's playing it.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna check it out.
Going back to the PlayStation first party titles though, we've talked about God of War, we talked about Horizon Zero Dawn and all that stuff.
Yeah.
GeForce Now had a driver update recently. Did you see anything on this?
I think they leaked God of War possibly for PC or something like that.
So there was like 4 games. It was like Demon Souls, God of War, and something else. Returnal.
Really?
Were all on this list, right? As like games that you can optimize or whatever for GeForce Now, because like in GeForce Now, for those that don't know, if you have an AMD card or whatever. GeForce Now is basically like an optimizer for games, so it has like a list of games that it will optimize automatically for you if you so choose. You don't have to do it, but it is there. I use
the option, just optimize game.
Optimize game for my resolution. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
So it just makes it easy for people.
for sure.
And basically, somebody had an unlocked version of this where in this new update they had added God of War, Demon Souls, and Returnal into this one interface, and it got to speculating around, and then NVIDIA / GeForce, whichever company you want to call it.
Yeah.
They went ahead and confirmed, yes, we did add those in there, but we're not saying that those games are coming out. It's just that we had to put them in there for whatever reason. I think it was something to do with Sony. So
Yeah.
I think they are talking about putting these out there. As of right now, it's just speculation, but I think that would be kind of a good move.
When's Bloodborne?
Bloodborne was on that list, as a matter of fact.
It's only me and like 3 others. Like,
No, Bloodborne, yeah. It is on that list because it's along with Demon Souls. So I think it was like 5 total games. So if they do choose to do those games, that's going to be amazing, incredible, and
It'll be fun.
And it would be nice to see those games specifically like into a wider audience. For those that don't have PlayStation or never bought PlayStation.
Now, how would it work with Returnal and some of the features that they have with the DualSense, DualSense 5 controller, you think they would have to have a DualSense controller, or you think if they use their Xbox controller, you think they'll still be able to utilize?
I think
it wouldn't, because the Xbox controller doesn't have the technology.
Well, even if I plug up that controller up to the PC, those features aren't actually usable on the PC at all. So your haptic feedback and all that stuff, that doesn't exist on a PC. Like I could play just fine.
But what about the whole trigger point? Isn't it like
doesn't work. It doesn't work on PC. It works on PlayStation. It does not work on PC. So I think they would have to do something where you would have to map different buttons to do different things. Basically, is what I would get from it. But like an Alt Fire button with like L1 or R1 or something like that. But if you're playing on mouse and keyboard, I mean, you're gonna have everything at your fingertips anyway. Yeah. So I don't think that the button configuration is too much of an issue. More so than like people that just want to play with the controller. I hope that they do release software for PC that allows us to use that controller and its great features on PC, because like people have made them look like Xbox controllers, but you know they're not actually, you know, they're not playing like Xbox controllers. Is basically what I'm getting at. But like Xbox has their own little configuration tool. You plug up an Xbox controller to it, you can configure the thumbsticks or the trigger pull or what button does what. Like you can configure the entire controller right then and there, especially if it's an Elite. Like the Elite's got full on customization. So I'd like to see something like that from PlayStation, from Sony. And I don't think it's I think what it is they don't want Microsoft getting their hands on like the background of what goes into like all their computing
on their proprietary stuff.
And I think that's what's holding it back.
Like I don't want them to like start reverse engineering and be like, oh,
exactly,
I'll put it in our games. Yeah,
exactly. And that's the only thing that I think that's holding it back. Like you use a PlayStation controller on a PlayStation, just leave it there and just play whatever other controller you want to.
Yeah, that's very possible.
But
but honestly, dude, like the only game that I've played that's a PS5 and doesn't even take advantage of a DualSense is Demon's Souls. Like I haven't touched a
which
PlayStation,
is weird.
I have not touched a PlayStation 5 exclusive game. No, I mean I played God of War, but that's not PlayStation 5 exclusive, current gen. So I don't know. I guess I haven't found anything that's really like calling me out to want to play for the current gen.
I got you.
Not yet at least. Maybe.
Wow.
I'll say Melty Blood, but that's gonna be like PlayStation 4. I saw a list. IGN said upcoming games coming out, and I was like, "What the fuck is Melty Blood?"
Not on there.
No, yeah, like what the like nobody knows what the fuck's a Melty Blood. Like it's a fucking fighting game for French bread.
It's a PlayStation 4 though. It's not PlayStation 5.
I think it'll probably be available on PlayStation 5, but the graphics are very. It looks like Eunice. It looks kind of like almost pixelated. Like it looks like it looks like the graphics, like, you know how you see like you see an anime game where they have like an interactive storybook where they just have like their tiles, their portraits, just, you know, moving their mouths, and you see the text. I mean, that's basically how that kind of it almost looks like that, you know. So yeah, but I was looking at the list from IGN, like upcoming games. I'm like, right, here's Diablo, here's Battlefield, here's what the fuck's Melty Blood? I mean, nobody plays fucking fighting games anymore? I guess not. Nobody fucking plays fighting games anymore.
Oh, man, they gotta release something that you can play online with people, man. That's where they need more of that, more of Guilty Gear.
Well, Guilty Gear for sure is doing that, and I think Melty Blood's gonna have that type of one. They're gonna have that because it's being published by Arc System. And I think Arc System realized, in this day and age, you have to have the robust netcode, because that's what happened with King of Fighters. It got pushed back till next year, but SNK has said that yes, they will be having
good netcode,
some netcode to play and make sure it's you know, it has to be
right.
Yeah, because even though there's things were almost getting back to normal back during the summer, then the Delta variant hit and then just things back up, and then Lambda's floating around, so there's still some shit going on. So live events aren't really offline events ain't really in full force yet.
Right.
So yeah, you still, if you want a fighting game to survive in this climate, you definitely gotta have.
I think online. Smash had one recently, like MK Leo won it like last weekend or something like that. They had an in-person tournament.
Did they?
Oh yeah, like fully social distance with masks on and stuff like that.
Yeah. Who do you win with?
I think he won with Byleth. He's changing it up, bro.
MK Leo's god. He's a fucking god, dude. He's a smash god. He's a smash god, dude. Whatever he play.
I remember watching his stream and watching him practice it, and I was like, I didn't know you could do that with Barla, dude. He's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
He's crazy. But yeah. So they didn't even have that on the list as Melty Blood.
I'm not surprised.
When's it coming out?
The 30th of this month.
Okay.
I'm excited. I think it's like me and Johnny who are gonna play it.
Okay.
Okay, I think Kevin talked about it. He tweeted at me. He's like, another game I'm gonna body Rick at. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
That son of a
Get
bitch.
off my level, yeah.
So I got a quick question for you.
What happened?
Did you see the new Black Pulse headset for PlayStation 5 that got announced this week?
Black what?
Black Pulse. You know how I have like a black and white controller?
Uh-huh.
They have a 3D Pulse headset.
I heard those headphones are kind of shitty.
I don't have one, but I mean, I was just saying.
I won't say the shitty. I heard they were kind of like mediocre at best.
Right.
Like if you have like a good mid-range headset like we have,
right,
you're fine.
Right.
But I don't know. What's the difference? Just the color?
Just the color. So my whole question was like, that wasn't like okay, that's news. I get it. They announced some new peripheral or whatever. But my whole main thing was like, how long do you think it's going to take for them to release a black model of the PlayStation 5?
Well, for sure, I've already seen some people just modding their panels where they're changing the colors, to black to make it all fit, or they're hydro dipping it, or putting their own creative artwork.
Mm-hmm.
As for Sony to start making their own, surprised they haven't touched it already, especially it was very common through the whole PlayStation 4 life cycle where a major game's coming out, like, here, get the God of War console, get the Destiny console,
mm-hmm.
get the Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pains console. If I was going to get one, that would have been that one right there. I'm surprised they haven't done that already, and I wouldn't be shocked when their next... What's their next big one coming out? Sometime next year? I wouldn't be surprised if, you get one with the Horizon Forbidden West logo or God of War Ragnarok logo. I mean, I'm surprised they haven't done it already. Or if not a console dedicated with that aesthetic, just selling the plates.
The plates themselves. Because I know that they just released a new version of the PlayStation 5 recently that's been all the rage online, where people are talking about how it's got smaller heat sinks and stuff like that it runs hotter.
I thought I heard something like that, yeah.
But a bunch of people have done tests on it. It's not really changing anything. They just basically lowered their cost to produce it while producing the exact same product with the same performance and everything.
So it's like Sony could get somewhat of a profit or something? Because aren't they like selling these at a loss?
Yeah, they're selling them at a loss.
Yeah,
but it's less
I think both with Microsoft and Sony, I think.
So it's less copper going into the actual heat sink. And it's it's a little bit smaller and more
environmental better.
So it performs the exact same. It just costs them a little bit less. Like maybe let's say $5 less to make each unit. And then hey, if it's $5, saving them $5 on every unit, then they can recoup.
Yeah.
They're not taking as much of a loss. So I was just wondering, like we see a new heatsink model coming in. Then maybe we'll see some new colors or a new design.
For sure. I mean, eventually. Like I said, I'm surprised they haven't like really like leaned into it. I mean. I wouldn't be surprised once their first party studio big hitters come out.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised bundle it with an exclusive God of War Ragnarok PlayStation or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean we've seen the trend before where every 3 years after the release you'll see the slim
or the pro
version or the pro. Well, for sure, yeah, we saw the pro during halfway through their life. And like I said, at this point, I'm not surprised if we start seeing pro version like a half cycle.
Right.
Of every console from here on out, of every generation from here on out. I mean, I'm not surprised.
They can make their money.
Yeah.
They will.
Sure. The thing is, it'll come down to when will the components start becoming readily available, not only for the PlayStation and Xbox, but for graphics cards and for everything. Yeah, because there's still. You go to any electronics store, you look at the shelf, you'll see maybe a DualSense controller. Mm-hmm. A game.
Yeah, a lot of those, even the graphics cards companies are saying, hey, it's going to be like another 2 years before we get this thing under control. Like, be ready for it to last all the way till 2023.
For real, I was just looking at I was just curious. I was pricing around some GPUs, not because I want to buy one, but I just want to look around, see what the waters are. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, like the 3080 is for like $2K. I'm like, fuck. I mean, 3080s are nice, 3060s are nice, but like
the 480, the 4080s supposedly got leaked as a pricing model at $2,000. That's the newest one that's supposed to come out next year sometime.
And that's if you find it.
That's if you can find it at $2,000. And then the 4090 will be $25,000. Yeah, because it's so hard to find. But they're gonna have to have a better way of dealing with those. Except, you know, like kind of like what Steam did. You know, you put your name in and, you know, pay the $5 up front or whatever, and then we'll call you when it's ready.
Yeah.
You know.
Speaking of when things were ready, I was making a delivery today. I looked down and said, from Sony. This looks like roughly the size of a PlayStation. So it needed a signature required. So, ding dong, knock. All right. But you know what? This guy, it's the weekend. It's Friday. He probably really wants his package. I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Ding dong. UPS.
Please.
Nothing, dude. Didn't come out. I was like, fuck, I feel for this dude. He's probably out, like, had to go run groceries or something and wasn't home to sign for his fucking PlayStation. Like, fuck, I feel bad for this dude. Now he has to wait till Monday to get his shit. It's like, well, I tried though. I tried. Look, I know the feeling. It's Friday. It's something. Your toys is on the way, and you're just waiting for it. You have to sign for it. You can play it all weekend. Like, bro, I was willing to wait. Like, I gotta go. Dude.
You know, I saw a separate video of that yesterday, where a guy was waiting on his PlayStation 5. The driver of UPS, literally like tosses the fucking thing on the porch.
I saw that,
and he's like, "Oh, it even said signature required. No signature. He did it. Walked out. I was like, yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah, I saw it with different carriers, like with FedEx and whatever. Like they'll just wham throw it. I'm like,
yeah. He's like, this is specifically my PlayStation 5. I was like, ooh, I feel for you, bro.
That sucks.
Hopefully it's fine.
But honestly, dude, if you think about it, I mean, not just PlayStation 5, but every package, dude, whether it's fragile or not, when it goes to the warehouse, when it goes through so many hands, that's just what you saw right there when you caught it on camera. You don't know when they put it from the warehouse, put it on the truck, put it on the to go to the trailer, to go to the other warehouse. Yeah.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, it sucks for that guy.
That sucks, man. Yeah.
Hopefully it works.
Hopefully you got your warranty.
Hopefully it works, dude.
Yeah. GameStop will give you $4.99 for it.
Oh shit!
No, they won't.
No, they give you $2.
Maybe.
Best I could do is $3.50.
I saw someone tweet it out. GameStop, like back then day, you could like it showed like a picture of the inside the store, like a bunch of video games, and then it showed like a picture, and it says now just a wall of just Funko Pops. Like, sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
Just Funko Pops everywhere. Like I haven't stepped inside a fucking GameStop and I lied. A couple years ago, 'cause I had to make a delivery. Blast it, like a whole wall for Funko Pops. Like after a while, like you look at the Funko Pops, you're like, the same fucking thing.
I just walk in there every time I'm in the mall. I was like, oh, I'll just go check it out, see what they got new, and then it's nothing ever new.
Like I see one like that Think Geek, the one over here at this mall.
GameStop.
Is GameStop?
Yeah, it's owned by GameStop.
That's what. Okay, yeah. I just look at their anime figurines. Like, okay. Oh. Yeah. I just walk off.
Yeah, that's all owned by GameStop.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Think Geek and GameStop are the same thing. They got to diversify, bro. They got all that money from the stock market, bro.
Did they?
Yeah, a bunch of people.
They got popular. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, their stock price. I think it's $220 this at closing today.
I have not played the stocking game. Like I have shares in my company, and that's it. I know it's safe, and I just give me the fucking.
A year ago it was $14.
It changed. I remember. Yeah, we talked about in that one episode. What was it episode 91? Like buy. Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, and then it's up to $220. It went up to all the way to $500 and something stock at one point.
I told Mikkel, I was like, "Fuck, we need to get into Bitcoin." She's like, "Sweetheart, that's
too late.
That shit sailed.
That shit sailed, bro.
Fuck, yeah, that shit fucking sailed, bro." I wouldn't be here right now.
That's like you saying we need to get into PlayStation 1 right now. Like you're a little late.
PlayStation 1?
Yeah, like that's how late you are to the game, bro. We're on 5. You were like, let's get on the PlayStation 1.
Oh yeah, that shit fucking sailed.
What else you got, Bubba?
Tokyo Game Show coming out September 30th and October 3rd. I think I already talked about it, but I just want to give you guys a reminder. TGS is going to be in Japanese time. So
2 weeks from now?
2 weeks from now, yeah. So I'm excited to see something from there. Maybe some more stuff from Capcom. Maybe some stuff from Square Enix. Who knows? Bigger on the Japanese developers, Bandai Namco. So
maybe we'll see something from Konami at this thing. That'd be nice because they were supposed to be at E3, right?
Yeah, I think they said Konami. At this point, just fucking sell your IPs, bro.
We said it once.
Because that's the sad thing. They're just sitting on it. They're sitting on freaking Silent Hill and Metal Gear.
Yep.
I'm sure there's other IPs that I'm just not thinking about right now.
Castlevania,
yeah, for sure.
I was like, Castlevania, yeah. That's one of the big ones.
I think they're releasing a bundle for the game. What is it? I think for Switch. I think they're porting some of the Game Boy Advance ones.
It just got rated T for teen.
Yeah, but it doesn't have Symphony of the Night though, which is hands down my favorite one. But to be honest, that's the only one I really played. So I don't know. These Game Boy Advance ones might be really good.
Now that you brought it up, dude, that's gonna make me break my Switch out of retirement. It's fucking Metroid Dread comes out in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
In October, no?
October 8th, yeah. So that's gonna make me break my Switch out.
I might jump into that one. Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it,
yeah.
Because that and maybe like the new Mario Rabbids game, because I love the first one.
I didn't play the first one. I think the first one was on sale recently.
It's always on sale. It's like $10.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
but that's gonna make me break that Switch out of retirement. It's gonna be like
Metroid. Yeah, I would try that. And you know, and Shin Megami Tensei 5.
When's that?
That one's coming out. I forgot when, but that should be around the holiday soon.
Okay,
holiday soon. So that's another one from Atlas.
Right.
These are the same guys who make Persona and shit. So I'm excited for that one. I'll probably be playing that one. I've been seeing my boy Bruce playing it. He's streaming it. He plays the old school ones, like the PlayStation, the SNES ones, like parts 1 and 2. And I'm like, okay, I might try it out. So we'll see. But yeah, for the Nintendo, like I said, there just hasn't been anything on it I've been wanting to play.
Nah, I don't blame you. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, like right now, to me, it's like even the PlayStation 5. I mean, there's like I thought I was gonna be excited for Returnal. I thought I was gonna be excited for what the fuck? Just Returnal, really. I thought I was gonna be excited for that, but it didn't
pretty
come
damn
through.
good.
Yeah, so maybe when it goes on sale or something, I'll pick it up. But yeah, right now it's just all about whatever I can find on Steam, and even on Steam, I'm just waiting for those two
Scarlet Nexus and
Tales of Arise to go on sale, but mostly just focusing on my backlog for PlayStation and Dead by Daylight.
Nice.
Yeah. So
what else you got, Papa?
Besides Tokyo Game Show, I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, Tropical Storm, Hurricane Nick. That one sucked, dude.
Hurricane Nick.
Work, dude. Jesus Christ, because everything was fucking closed, dude. My truck was just piled up with shit. I was like, fuck, I should just call in the next day, because you know the day of the disaster, everything's closed, so you just carry it around with you. It's not till the next day where you have yesterday's shit and then today's shit, so your truck's even break. I was like, I should have called in. But then I was like, you know what, like, I just weathered through the whole week. I'm like, you know what? That's fine. I still got my days. I'm gonna, because I usually plan on saving my days till like November. Yeah. I'll just take 4-day work weeks in November leading up to Thanksgiving. Because I was like, you know what? Good thing I saved these days.
Because what would have happened is they would have rolled that shit over that you let pile up. They would have rolled over the next day.
Yeah, I would have just rolled over again. And I told myself too, like, okay, Rick, you call in and miss out one day of wet weather. Like, guess what? The whole week's gonna be fucking wet. Yeah. You're not doing yourself any favors. Just save them. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get soggy feet anyways. I'll be all right.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, where can we catch you?
You guys catch me streaming. I didn't stream Thursday night. I got out of work way too late. So by the time I got home, exercised, it was like 9:30. I was like, fuck. I'm just gonna watch. That's when I started watching the QAnon documentary.
I can't wait to hear more of that from you.
Yeah, well, watch it if you can, dude.
I think I might have seen it, but it might have been a different one too. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check.
Like they go in the history of, like, first they talk about QAnon, who the people like who are into the message boards and the forums, and then like they talk about the history of 8chan and 4chan.
This is like some guy. They followed a guy around in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
I have seen it. I have seen it.
Okay.
I did watch that. That was like 3 or 4 months ago when I saw it, I think. But very interesting.
Yeah, the guy. Those guys are nuts.
Yeah, dude.
So I want to watch more of that. So guys, catch me streaming. I plan on doing
Horizon. And Dead by Daylight, right?
And Dead by Daylight. Join the Nemi Kill gang. Like I said, I need a VP and a treasury secretary. You guys want to join the Kill gang? Let me know. You have to have a fucking killer fucking nemesis, though.
All right.
But not be better than me.
Those are the stipulations.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, I don't play fucking Survivor. I play all killer. That's all I do.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, catch me streaming. I love doing it. Hang out with me and have a good time. Oh, and catch me on Twitter too. But when it comes to Twitter, dude, all I do is fucking here's my schedule.
Right.
That's it. Twitter's a fucking cesspool, dude. it's a okay. I'm on right here. It's a fucking cesspool, and it gives you like other people's opinions. Like, okay, look. I decided to follow these people because I want to get gaming news. You know, whether it's Jason Schreier, whether it's Nibel, whether it's random new video game outlet. That's all I want to hear about. Hey, do you want to hear about this? Like, no.
Not at all. Thanks.
Not at all. Yeah, I don't care what's going on. I don't give a fuck about this bullshit. I don't care what you wore at the Met Gala. I don't give a fuck.
The Met Gala, bro.
The Met Gala, bro. Listen to fucking Breaking Points and Jimmy Dore. They ripped those guys a fucking new one, dude. They literally just...
Hey, man, just peg the patriarchy, bro. Or tax the rich. Either way.
But she wasn't doing shit, though. What's that do? What's tax the rich do? And then she had...
you know how much it costs to get into the fucking Met Gala?
And then she had... and then she had like a little servant with a mask carrying around her dress. Like, bitch, carry your own fucking
I tell you who
dress.
looked litty titty, bro, was fucking Nas X, bro. He came out, he had like a full fur coat on. He looked like a warlock.
Did he?
And then he took it off and he had full fucking plate armor. And it was like gold plate armor. And then underneath that, he had like this other like fur skin tight suit. It was fucking, bro, it looked dope as shit. I was like, yo, my man pulled it off right there.
I saw that. I was like, everybody there just made me sick, dude. Y'all are fucking hypocrites.
He didn't have a message or any of that bullshit. He just came out there looking fly than a motherfucker. I was like, I ain't mad at you.
All of them, dude, just fucking full of shit. Like, get the fuck out of here. Everybody has to wear a mask, but not us. Get the fuck out. Yeah. But yeah, I saw that. That pissed me off. But yeah. So Twitter, don't give me fucking bullshit. Like, I'm just here for one thing: tweeting out my schedule when I'm streaming. And get my video and thoughts and video game news, and that's it. When they start giving me all this bullshit, like, I don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah,
that Dunbar number. You have room for 150 people in your life. I don't. What I need this piece of shit opinion. I don't.
Yeah, I
hate when they do that, dude. Don't give me your fucking opinion unless I ask for it. Guys, give me your opinion. I'm asking for it. Yeah. So you got something to say at me? Come at me right here. In the chin.
Oh, he's got it.
Yeah.
As always, guys, you can catch me on all things social media and Twitch at @OS_onslaught. Check me out probably Sunday, probably much all day. I'll probably be doing all Deathloop all day once I get the hang of it, so I don't look like such a jackass just jumping straight in, a couple days late. So check us out there. As always, guys, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, hit us up on all things social media for the podcast at OptionSelectPod. That's Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Or if you want to hit us up on our Gmail, it's it's optionselectpodcast@gmail.com. As always, guys, we love you. We appreciate you. We hope you stayed safe during Hurricane Nicholas. If you're from Houston, we hope that you're doing that you're healthy and you're practicing your social distancing and all that good stuff.
Vitamins, eating well, exercising, all that shit that nobody else tells you to do. Yeah. Do that, guys.
I didn't do it this week.
Do all that. But exercise, eat better, stop smoking.
But we love and appreciate every single one of you guys every week. And we hope to see you guys again for episode 123.
123.
Later, guys.
Bye-bye. Peace out. Welcome to the Option Select Podcast.